guys, this is Dave at Jump-On-It, and today I have another episode of Jump-On-It for you. Today we have this gorgeous Fender jazz bass made in Mexico. This thing is a beautiful, beautiful bass. It's got tortoiseshell pickguard, natural finish. It is just a dream to play. Beautiful neck. And the weirdest thing about this bass, you might see these strings dangling off, but what this has on it is flat wound strings, which is very unique. Most basses that you see in the world, and probably most of the basses you've seen or even heard, they have what's called round wound strings, which are the most common. And what that is it's a wire, that's the string, and they take another round wire and they wrap it around the length of the string. So when you feel it, like if you guys have ever felt guitar strings, they're bumpy. It's like that weird like noise, you know, you get, or squeak, squeak. Those noises are all from the round wounds. And that's because it's that round wire wrapped around that round string as well. And it gives it a different kind of tone. It's really bright. It's more preferred for modern music. But maybe a more vintage sound or a mellower tone is these flat wound strings. And that's where they get, it's almost like a ribbon. It's like this metal ribbon that they wrap around the string. And it makes it really, really smooth. And it makes it, gives it like a really mellow tone. Not as common anymore, but still preferred for certain styles of music. Some jazz guys love them. They were actually pretty popular in the disco music scene. And in fact, you've all heard a really famous song that has flat wounds on it. Notoriously is the Chic's Good Time, which is this song. And that's just a really fun song to play, and it's really complements these flat wound strings. And notoriously, he actually had really, really dead flat wounds, which gave it a really unique sound. Most people like to put on new strings before they record, and when the Chic recorded, they just went in with these flat wound, dead flat wounds. Also, to give you a little more information about this, I'm playing this made in Mexico jazz bass, as I mentioned. I'm playing that through a Bruguera half stack, we'll call it. It's actually 2 10s and a 15 with the Bruguera head. Also, we have it going through, just for a little bit of compression, we have it going through the dark glass compressor pedal with I think the LA2A, yeah, it has the LA2A model on there. So if you know anything about compressors, we won't get too deep with the LA2A models. That old Universal Audio optical compressor, really, really prized compressor, an expensive compressor, used for mostly vocals and some bass. So we have that modeled on the dark glass pedal going through that Bruguera half stack. Yeah, so flat wounds are not great for pop slap. Jazz basses are great for pop slap, but flat wounds not so much. This neck also, the setup might be a little tweaked. If you do buy this to play pop slap, I would pull off the flat wounds, get a setup for it. But I'll give you a quick demonstration. Yeah, so as you can hear, it was just a little muddy. I could tweak it a little more and play with the controls and that a little more. I just think that maybe pop slapping is not a style that I would really put, use these flat wounds on. I would probably use this more, maybe doing some jazzy stuff, some disco stuff, something like maybe even if you're just doing like a... really hear that like almost sounds acoustic, almost like if I'm playing a stand-up bass. It just has that really just like... So it's just this really beautiful tone, this really mellow tone. Just beautiful. I also would say, I also play quite a bit of metal and rock. I don't think that this flat wounds really suit metal, or definitely not metal and definitely not rock. I do think that, again, the jazz bass could be a great bass for that genre. You can also get this thing to sound pretty punky and pretty aggressive, but I think with the flat wounds, it really tames it down. So I'll just play one quick more demo for you on how this sounds. All right, cool. So I'll give you guys one last demo of how this bass sounds. Tone is wide open, volume is all the way up, and we're about to play just this really beautiful acoustically emulated song. So this song was written to sound like a stand-up bass. And I think that's where this kind of bass really shines. Let's check it out. Yeah, so this bass is a beautiful, beautiful bass. I would add to any bassist collection, or anyone who just records any type of music, whether it's country, rock, jazz. I know it's called a jazz bass, but man, it's great for anything. Yeah, so I highly recommend this bass to anyone. A bass like this, Mexican-made Fender, anywhere between $699 and like $899, depending on the model. This one right here is about $699. We're always willing to make a deal, so come in, check it out. Hopefully it's still in stock. We're always having rotating stock, so definitely stop by, maybe once a month, check out what's here, because we always have rad instruments. And this one is a beautiful instrument, perfect for you, so come and check it out. All right, I'll see you guys next time. I'll play you off.